is a new house, and actually with the snow on it, this might even work in our benefit. You can see every course here, okay, and you can see how this is basically a smooth surface, and you can see some of the plywood sheets, but ignore that. But you can see how this plane looks smooth and continuous, okay? You can obviously see all the shadow lines and the profile cuts for the architectural shingles, but it's a smooth plane. All right. Okay, what I'm about to show you is when you see this, you know you have 2 layers of roof or more. Just because you don't see this does not mean that there are not more than 2 layers of shingles on a roof. You need to do attic inspections. You need to sometimes pull a core sample or be able to look under drip edge, because there could be multi-layers of drip edge. And I talk about that in here. So just remember, this is one way to tell if you have a 2-layer roof. It is not the only way, but this is a surefire tell. Let's go check it out. All right, now look at this church, okay? This church has a pretty old roof. It's getting close to the end of its life. One, you can tell because it's a 3-tab, almost a 3-layer like a moron. It's a 3-tab. Now, you could see some imperfections in the deck, but what you can also see, like right there, those are shingles that are starting to curl. They've depleted their oil and asphalt supply. They're at the end of their life. It's time to replace them. Now, you can get a little more life out of them. You could push it and push it. I mean, this roof realistically probably could stay up here for another year or 2 before, even 3 or 4, before bad things happen. And you might even go longer if stuff's underneath. But realistically, it's time. But this is 1 layer, and you can tell because where the shingles haven't started to curl up, you can see how smooth they are. All right, now just remember this. So here, let's go with full perspective here. Here's a 2-layer. So right there, see at the bottom how you get the shadow lines are more defined. Then for those next 3 or 4 courses, they're smooth. And then here they kind of ripple again, and then smooth, then a ripple, and then a smooth, and then at the top they ripple. Now look, let me back out. See, now you can kind of see that pattern of where it looks a little bit darker and lighter from the snow in it. Okay, you can see a little bit over there, even on the lower deck. This roof has 2 layers. That's 2 layers of roof. And a jacked up gutter. I should talk to them, fix their gutter for them. Here's another one. You see it a little more apparently. Now this one, you see the first row, pretty profound. Then you have a few courses there of smooth, then it ruffles again, then smooth, then ruffles. Just take it back out. Just look at it now. You see those and that pattern goes from one end to the other. When you see those ripples along the side, and now look, you can see it pretty good here on the rake edge. And if you're not seeing it, let me know. I'll try to, but you can see you got 7, 8 courses up, then you have about 5 courses where they're ripply, right? Okay, see? Okay, right there, and then up there. See those? That's what we're looking for. Now, you know for a fact now that roof has at least 2 layers of shingles on it. This one, it's hard to tell. That might have 2 layers. You'd want to investigate. You could see a little bit of pattern there, but not much. Part of that too is the low pitch. Peeve of mine. Okay. It's pretty steep, but you could see coming over this dormer, don't bother, lay their roof out and snap some lines, and you can see right up there, the short courses were just snapping a line, could have brought that out even. You know, most homeowners will never see that, but I see it, and I just think it's lazy. Will it leak? No, but God, it's lazy. Now here's a great house for comparison. I could be pretty sure that's 1 layer. Now you don't see those patterns, those line patterns in this roof. You do see a couple little lines, but they're just 1 row. I guarantee you that's where the plywood breaks. Same on this house. See how the courses are all smooth horizontally? They're very uniform. That you'd still check it, but here we go. How many layers is that? It's at least 2. It's low pitch, but you can see the pattern. Okay, let me back up just a hair. And now when you look at it from just a hair farther away, you know that's at least 2. It's at least 2. And if we could, you won't always see it through on the rake either, because like for instance here in Utah, we use an L metal. We don't use a Style D drip edge. And you can, in fact they will here, they will put a bigger oversized drip edge on top of the old drip edge and cover the edge of shingles so that it looks like one layer of roof. That is something you need to be aware of. Hey, there's a new subdivision where I walked off of a job, kind of. I started and we couldn't agree to, I started before we came to terms on a price, and then a price they they wanted me to do 10, 12 cut up nonsense for $30 a square, and I had no interest in that. But let's go take a look. I want to show you something crazy, because this is a house that they literally put extra chunks of plywood on. They left their trash on, this framers did, and just stapled the garbage to the roof. And I bet we could see it really well now that it's covered in snow. That's a roof I'd want to look closely at. See issues in it. 2 layers, I don't know, but it's on 4 foot. Where plywood is, they could have some plywood issues. So here's these 4 houses, and you can see that they have 30. You can see the short ass rows. They laid anything out, but look at, you can see the trusses and how wavy this deck is just by across there. There should be some elevated. Yeah. Okay, you could see that lump, right? Just at the like mid window right there. That, and then at the bottom of this valley. At the bottom of this valley right here, underneath those hips, and you could kind of see how it rebuilt smooth house. But you could see that they stole the OSB right there for some reason. But you could see, yeah, they left that dark stripe that is parallel with the center of that window right there, right about in here. That's trash that was still nailed to the roof. These roofers didn't even pull it up. And you did ask about composite shingles over wood shakes and wood shingles. I've seen that a lot, especially up north. You more commonly see it over wood shingles, not wood shakes. I've seen it done over wood shakes. What's the difference between a wood shingle and a shake? Because they almost look the same. Wood shingles are very thin. They're very thin. They're usually a very smooth, beautiful cut. And they have the same kind of breakup and appearance as shakes as far as no pattern, but they'll typically have a shorter exposure. We used to do like 4-inch exposure, okay? Whereas wood shakes look a little more rough hewn. They're typically bigger. They're typically a lot thicker. And I got a house that I inspected earlier this year. I was supposed to go bid it for a realtor, and then the homeowner that was selling the house got pissed that we were there. It's a long story, but I'm pretty sure it's sold. And I'm gonna go talk to those homeowners because I want to show you something really cool on it that can save a lot of guys huge headaches and huge money if you do estimates, or you have your business, or if you're just whatever you do. If you're an estimator, you need to know this. And if you're a sub, you need to know this, because last thing you want to do is rip into this house, a house like this, and then it's like shaving half your beard. You're committed, and then you could be stuck there with your pants down in a bad situation because you started on a job that you need to charge a lot more money for. I'll find that one. It's gonna take me a few days. I'll find it. I'll get it. I'll get that video posted.